The Lions 13, South Africa A 17. Well, South Africa, let's say it how it is. That was a test match in all but name. And I know the Lions lost, but it was the best thing that could happen to the tour. The step up in physicality was ridiculous straight from the off. You had South Africa and Etzebeth just smashing people around. Aki getting stopped dead, even though he rips the ball back on 3 minutes. The counter-ruck from South Africa was phenomenal all game. They win the ball back, multiple phases. It looks like Nkosi goes over in the corner, but a cracking cover tackle from Watson pushes his foot into touch. It's a penalty advantage. They go ahead on 6 minutes, 3-0, absolutely deserved. And it was all about the basics this test match. The Lions, to be fair, in the set piece, I think they edged it. The scrum went to the Lions, the first penalty. Wyn Jones getting the best of his opposition. It was fairly technical. There weren't any smashings of scrums, but the Lions definitely got the best of the technicality. Good looking maul, but a good turnover from Mostert. They were so good in defence all game, South Africa. But Lions getting on 12 minutes, they get into good attacking phases to start with. But Farrell, my goodness me, so slow getting into the crossfield kick. And he wasn't meant to play in this game, and to be fair to him, he looked like a player who really wasn't meant to play at all. He looked very, very slow. Kick charged down by Etzebeth, of course. Over they go for the try. Fantastic try. And that was Nkosi there for the try. So the pace out wide South Africa has is phenomenal. The physicality they have in the middle of the park is phenomenal. Plus their kick chase. That's what it was all about today. Anyway, sharp jackal by Owens on 16 minutes. He was one player that looked decent in that first half. But again, an awful penalty miss by Farrell kicking to touch. Just a shocking first half for Farrell, it really was. And then a couple more bad kicks in this first half for the Lions. Reece Samet puts the ball out on the full, albeit under pressure from Colby. And a line out to South Africa. They get a maul going. Patient, strong, get a penalty. Another line out. Lions hold out. Big 5-metre scrum. So this is a big telling scrum, but Wyn Jones again gets the better of his opposite number. Wyn Jones, big tick. He went off injured, but didn't look too bad. He's really put himself in there for the start. I think maybe he's edged ahead, to be honest, because players who look good in this match, I would say go ahead in the pecking order because of the quality of opposition. But I'll come back with a video on that tomorrow about the pecking order, the rankings, who maybe gets into the starting team because of this game. Anyway, on 28 minutes, we have a really good tip-on pass from Atoje to Curry. Big 30-metre break from Curry, but runs out of support, so he gets isolated. And really, there's no fancy attacking play that we saw in the rest of the tour games from the Lions. It's a battle of the basics. It's a test field, and South Africa are winning. On half an hour, another kick out on the full by Murray. Really a bit of a shocker from a few players in this first half. They were literally outsmashed in this first half. And then a moment of wow a minute later. They kick to Colby in space. He starts jogging forward, but you know what's coming. Big side step. It's not like the Lions' defence wasn't set. He's just too good. Roast Harris inside to Wham. Cracking try. It's 17 points to 3 already. Advice, don't kick to Colby unless you've got someone right on him straight away. So that was just a cracker again. Colby's just magic. It gave me shivers as an England fan as well. It just reminded me of what he did to us in the World Cup final. But anyway, on 34 minutes, we finally get a good attack from the Lions. Daly, good hands and feet twice in the attack. They go coast to coast, and that is the pattern for the rest of the game. When Lions stretch the South Africans, they start to look good. They get a 5-metre line out, nice front peel. They go to 1 metre out, and then loads of picks and goes. They go to the crossfield kick a bit too early a couple of times. I don't quite like it. But anyway, South African defence is absolutely outstanding. They get more penalties, more pick and goes, more penalties, held up, yellow. I mean, in this phase of the play, I would like the Lions to go for a bit more here. Faf de Klerk goes human missile. Amazing commitment, but just no technique. He gets a yellow, so they're down to 14 men. Then I believe this is a big phase of the game for the Lions. Instead of going for a scrum or a line out and trying to do something clever that they've been doing all tour, they just tap and go, pick and go, smash away. They get the penalties, they get another yellow, but they still pick and go, still go away. Wyn Jones is short, but then double moves to go over, definitely true. So no try. Disappointing from the Lions. Half-time, 3 points to 17. They definitely should have scored then. That could be where they lost the game, to be fair. The set piece is doing well for the Lions, but the South African physicality is stopping them playing. Very impressive defence from the South Africans. Straight away in the second half, the Lions look so much better. It helps they're playing against 13 men. They're trying to make it count. Sharp ball movement, releases Harris, releases Reece Zammit to Curry. Looks like they might be in, but again, the South African scramble defence is amazing. They clear really well. They've got to make advantage of the 13, and they do. They find more space. Penalty, they go for their tap and go tactic again, but against 13 men, they make it count. Wyn Jones goes over. Good try for him. Great game for Wyn Jones. Like I said, he went off injured, but I think he'll be fine. He was impressive. But the South African hits continue to roll in. Absolutely ferocious. Brilliant tackle from Am. I put a note here. Smashes Daly into touch. And to be fair, Daly comes back with another massive tackle himself, putting the South African winger into touch later in the game. But yeah, just such impressive tackling from both sides, but particularly South Africa. Then, on 47 minutes, really good maul disruption from Atoje. He was right on his game with the disruption. I've said before, he's the ultimate disruptor. And indeed, when Beard came on as well, he did loads of disrupting. You know, those two making a mess of the South Africans, could that be the starting second row pairing? I don't know, we'll talk about that in the next video. Anyway, the Lions finally get some attack flowing on 47 minutes, shifting the point of contact very nicely, winning multiple penalties, knocked the second one over, 13 points to 17. So the game is on at this point. There's still plenty of time left, still 20 minutes left, 30 minutes left. They've still got plenty of time, but they can't really get anywhere apart from this, despite being well on top. More good steals and reads in the line out from Atoje, and he gets a charge down. Goodness me, this really should have been a test match. It's a shame it wasn't classed as such. Anyway, Lions are a transformed team, good flowing attack, clever kick through from Daly. They get to within a metre, but again, the South African defence is phenomenal. They're back up to 15 at this point anyway. The Lions just about work the ball wide 2 minutes later. Reece Zammit does amazingly well to get anywhere near the try line. Bit of a strange one on the ruling here. He reaches for the try line, doesn't make it, and then to me, he's allowed to place the ball in any direction, which he does, towards the try line. I think it hits the line. They didn't check it. Maybe he was short, but I think they got that one wrong, to be fair. But anyway, by not checking, but it was no try. South Africa, at this point, they're hanging on really at this point in the game, but they slowly grind their way down the field. They're not playing any rugby. They're smashing it up or kicking it. But, you know, that's kind of the South African game plan, and it works. Henderson plays a guy in the line out, which is annoying, so they get right down wide after being under lots of pressure. It's a great game. Curry charges down Faf de Klerk. He was absolutely phenomenal all game. Really looked like a proper test match player. Probably outshone all the other back rows playing, to be fair. But then on 65 minutes, good turnover from Marks. Quality player coming on. Into the 22 with a line out. Lions under huge pressure. Daly just about managed to squeeze it clear. More pressure. Penalty on 68 minutes. 5 metre line out for South Africa. But again, Atoje, Beard, Curry, they make a mess of them all. Big turnover. Those three I thought were phenomenal in the pack for the Lions. And the South Africans, they're not that inspired in attack. They're going backwards, but they are getting the penalties. Steyn goes for a drop goal, but misses. A fair way out, but he would have wanted to do a bit better. 5 minutes to go. Clever grubber through, finds Reece Zammit, but he just hacks it on into touch. There's need one big play. Good crossfield kick from South Africa. Make the catch, but Daly nails the winger into touch, like I mentioned before. But it was penalty advantage to South Africa. They're grinding the clock down. But then good turnover 2 minutes later from the Lions gives them their last chance to attack. But they've got to run from their own half. But oh no, Fagerson knocks it on. Well, it was going to be a big shout to go the whole way anyway. The Lions monster the last scrum, but the South Africans just about hacked the ball out on the ground. They hung on really well, get the win. They deserve the win for that physicality and commitment. 13 points to 17. But I think there's plenty of positives on both sides. For South Africa, insane physicality, especially in those tackles. Really, really scary stuff. And loads of pace out wide, good kick chase. It was a classic South African performance in a way, but the set piece wise, the Lions edged it. It wasn't, massive either way, but they weren't dominated at all. And when they finally started playing attacking rugby, moving the ball side to side, changing the point of contact, South Africa struggled, absolutely. But this is kind of what we knew. We knew South Africa were physically really impressive in defence. They'd smash you, put you off your game, and if the Lions could actually start moving the ball, playing like they've been playing, they've got a great chance. So big wake-up call. Players who impressed, like I mentioned, Atoje, Wyn-Jones, Curry, Daly and Beard, I thought were all really good. Farrell probably, could have done without playing this game, but he did, and he looked slow, and he looked like a 37-year-old flyer half, like Mornay Steyn, who just caught and kicked the ball and passed the ball standing still, and that's pretty much what Farrell did, to be fair. Kick fine. But anyway, I'd love to know your thoughts on this game, guys. Pop them in the comments below, and I'll come back with an analysis of the players, a breakdown of the players, the rankings, and who I think pushes themselves into the test contention from this game. I'll catch you guys next time.